All right, so welcome back to a new episode of Heavy Rain. This should be the last episode. We have 8 chapters left. 2, I believe, are going to be skipped. So I'm looking at a pretty short episode based off of the number of chapters. Probably going to be about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Could be a little bit longer because it is the end of the game. But yeah, we got only 6 chapters left, and these are quick chapters, so let's get into it. "961 Rainbow Lane." A 5.11 some number amount of 1 inches. I don't know if it was like it might have been 0.1115 inches. I can never read things in the time that they always put them up on screen. Although I don't normally read the time or like the day, time, and rainfall. See, I've seen thumbnails of like this, where it was like in this all white room. I think it's like on the Steam store page.
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this file. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Oh, man. That's a tough one. How am I supposed to believe them when they say I'll have enough time to save him? I don't know if I entirely believe them. I mean, I feel... Oh, keep going. What's over here? Though I feel like, again, as I said before, as a parent, though, you would do anything to save your child. So, like, I feel like in reality, he would do it. Which makes me kind of want to do it, but I think you can potentially still save him without having to, like, kill yourself. I think. I don't know. Man. This is tough. I don't want to even make this decision. I mean, so Jayden believes us that we didn't do it, and so he is working on uncovering the mystery. There's other people out there. I feel like we can do it without killing Ethan, so I'm gonna walk away. I want to save Shaun, but I also don't want to kill Ethan. Ah. Still, like, what do I do? I mean, the finger one was kind of easy because it's like, okay, fine, like, he'll just lose a finger, it won't kill him. But this is gonna kill him. Oh. I think I'm gonna walk away. Although in reality, I do believe Ethan would do it. What? We will stay. I hope I didn't just change my mind completely. I want to hear.
Save Shaun and die. Christ. He loses his father, but at least he's alive.
True.
Maybe it's the right thing to do. Poison. So, if I drink this, I'll be dead in an hour, and if I don't, I won't get the last letters. 1 hour to live. Just enough time to save Shaun. He could be lying. Maybe I'll die as soon as I drink this, and then no one can save Shaun.
Uh-huh.
There's no choice. I've got to do it. If I want to save my son. Am I willing to die to save my son?
I feel like Ethan would. I mean, everything else he's done,
Nothing
I
to
feel like it's
lose.
not even a question.
I've come too far to stop now. There's got to be another way. I can't kill myself to save my son. Kill myself to save Shaun? That's ridiculous. I'll find some other way. I'm sure I can save him. The cameras. He must be watching me.
Yeah, that didn't really help all that much. I mean, this guy's a serial killer. He just gets off on the pain and like hurting people. So what's to say that when he's telling the truth? Maybe he just wants to kill someone else. He could be lying about being able to save Shaun. I feel like we have a better chance because we already didn't do the other one, which, oh man, now it's something that works both ways. Because we didn't do the other one, which means we didn't get the letters from that one. So now we kind of need the letters from this one. But like, we didn't do the other one, so like we could still kind of keep going and like figure it out. So those are showing. Okay, so he does kind of show up in them, I guess. Let's say I don't think he did before. Anyway, not important. I can't get him to do what I want. I mean, I can't make up my mind. I think we're gonna leave though. Such a difficult decision.
I'll find you, Shaun. I'll figure out a way, and I'll come and get you, son.
Yeah, see, here's the problem, though. They would have reported the car stolen at this point. The cops would have just known that that was the car. Assuming they're actually doing their job.
I'm nowhere, and I'm out of time. Damn fucking shitty letters from this fucking address. Come on! There's gotta be a way to do this. Several different addresses fit these letters. God, they're scattered all over the city. I don't have time to check them all.
The problem is I can't see what they are. What is this doing? Like, what is... I don't understand.
I may only have time for one address. If Shaun's not there, I'm done. It's a crapshoot.
I don't want to do that. I don't even know what I have for the address. I can't. Okay, so down. Oh, this is frustrating. Down does that. And so over goes to the GPS. Okay, I see there. AD. That goes back. What do we have though for the address? I mean, is there something here I'm missing with this? He just holds it to his ear, and like that's it. It just turns the car on. And so basically I didn't even get to decide anything. So it's not going to be this place. They wouldn't make it the first one.
A restaurant. Goddamn restaurant. I got the wrong address. I screwed up everything. Christ, I'm so sorry, Shaun. So sorry.
That whole sequence, I think, was just absolutely terribly done. You don't get to even see the partial address that you have. What's the whole deal with the phone thing?
We've only got a few more hours left.
And then going back from the GPS is horribly marked. It's very small on there.
It's probably staring me in the
Turning the
face.
car on, it doesn't
This
tell you
kid's
that
gonna die, and I'm going around in circles.
even turns the car on, let alone just advances it.
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
You first.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the Origami Killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
I'm still mad about the whole Ethan sequence.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
This was the office I set.
You should be careful not to overindulge in you know what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, you've said that.
It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
So that's the orchid. Oops, went wrong way. Origami figure, yeah, because there's only the one origami store. Why have we not gone to the origami store?
Two receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home.
Probably.
The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
Maybe you should try talking with Ethan, though, too, and getting his information that he has. He said he believed him, so...
That doesn't get us anywhere. The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history.
Uh-huh.
Impounded in a police case 5 years ago. The gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out?
Okay.
Not a cop.
That's probably not going to tell me anything more. That's incredibly
Harry was in
important.
record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
Analyze.
The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer.
If I go back before the sword, is it still going to do the sword?
Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere.
It's a cop. Is it Blake? I figured I was wasting my time
The
with
watch
that.
they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop.
Is or was. I mean, it's so hard to get that right. Gold watch. Nothing. Nothing. Just the sword. Probably all that's gonna be in here now, but after discovering that, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really change like it should have. There's another video he had at some point. I mean, it being Blake kind of makes some sense because, like, just like his character profile seems to kind of fit him in terms of like the anger. Although when we start talking about like the intelligent aspect of it, I don't think that really does that much. But it being him would make sense because it gives him the ability to point the finger at anybody he wants, like Ethan. That's why he's so quick to jump on it being Ethan.
Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake. That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
But like I said, the intelligent aspect of it. Nothing. Oh, okay, we did get a bunch of stuff.
There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha.
Who is it?
He owns a warehouse on the docks. If I'm wrong, Shaun Mars is dead.
I wasn't done. I wanted to look at everything. That's a big clue, though. Big clue. But which cop is it? And it doesn't have to actually be a cop. It could be a former cop. I'm just saying. I do feel like the game now is kind of trying to point the finger at Blake, which means maybe it isn't him.
Hang on, John. I'll get help. Just hang on. Go on, hurry. I think the water's rising. I'm hurrying.
It tends to do that when it rains. This is why you don't play in a construction site.
Mom's work is too far away. I'd never make it in time. Dad, I've got to get Dad. He's the only one who can save John. Gotta move. This place is completely deserted. There's no one around to help. Hold on, bro. I'll find someone. Then we'll come back and save you.
How do I get out of here?
Gotta find someone. The water's still rising. John won't be able to hang on for long.
I can't go there. I also can't get
Need
the.
to get help fast.
There we go.
John's gonna drown. John's gonna drown.
I can't go that way. Okay. So I ran all the way over here for nothing. Why can't I go to that house? I mean, it like, they want you to do something very specific. I get that. Don't put a house there then that, like, you in theory should be able to get to. Like, is there any way back here? Oh, okay. I don't know if like you like climb over the wall. I mean, like, I don't think me doing anything here really changes anything. Okay, so you can't go this way either. I mean, anything over here? Can you climb this? No, okay. This seems different, but not... I have no idea where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. There we go.
Dad, it's John. He fell into a pipe. He's
Get out of
drowning.
here, you little pest. Leave me
You
alone.
gotta come, Dad. Come on, John's gonna die. John's gonna
Well,
die.
that'll be one less greedy mouth to feed, won't it? Go away.
Please, Dad, I'm begging you. John's gonna die. John's gonna
What
die,
did I
Dad.
tell ya? Crap!
Please.
I mean,
You've got to save John.
how can you act like that about your own kids? I mean...
I tried, John. I really tried. But he wouldn't come. Please don't die, John. Please. Don't forget about me, Scotty.
Scotty? Name's Scotty. Scott Shelby? Scotty? Connection there? He was a former cop. Those look like the same matches that were used by Ethan. I mean, that could just be a coincidence of just reusing an asset, but... Okay, I think we have an answer. He's burning the evidence. He does have a typewriter sitting there on his desk. I saw that in editing after doing the one with the typewriter thing. It is him. And that's about the only thing I could have thought of that would have led me to believe it was him. Okay, but here's the problem. He looked way too fit for it to be Shelby there. Does his apartment not have any smoke detectors? But we were playing as him, weren't we? So, like... it would have made more sense if they had us play as Lauren there or something. If they'd like swap that out. They would have had to do it for more than just that one scene for it to make sense. But we were playing as Scott, and there was no, like, cuts or anything, so how did he get, like, go back there and do that? We were out front the whole time. Okay, so we're Jayden. I have a feeling that Shelby's gonna show up here to confront him. He's gonna come to check on Shaun, and it's gonna lead to a whole confrontation. Shelby, though, like, it makes more sense in terms of the intelligent aspect of it. He's calmer, more intelligent than Blake. That was the part that I didn't think fit the profile for him. Not to say that he was stupid, but he wasn't as intelligent as it seems the killer would be.
Holy Christ. Hang on, kid. I'll get you out of there.
And he's gonna come up behind us or something while we're doing this. There we go. W. I feel like he probably would have died of hypothermia, though, before this.
Shit.
He's not breathing.
CPR.
Breathing. Come on, breathe. Breathe.
30 compressions for every 2 rescue breaths. That was not 30. I used to be certified in CPR from my previous job in college. There we go, there we go.
Okay, Shaun.
Oh, I thought they were gonna kill him. Still not out of this yet, though.
You're safe.
I wouldn't go that far yet. Here it comes.
What are you doing here? You're not his father. Only his father can save him. Got no business here. I've been waiting so long for a father capable of giving his life for his son. And what do I get? Nothing. Nobody.
I mean, he holstered his gun.
What's real love if it isn't sacrifice?
Now he's got a gun. I mean, did he get his gun? Did I miss that?
They love each other. They're just a pack of liars.
You shouldn't have gotten mixed up in this. You discovered my little secret. And it will die.
Bastard. You're not gonna get away that easily. Are you alright, Shaun?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Where's Dad?
I'll call the police. They'll come and get you, okay? Agent Norman Jayden, FBI. Tell Lieutenant Blake I found Shaun Mars. Send men and an ambulance immediately to 852 Theodore Roosevelt Road. Fast!
Behind you. Down. W. Ah! The only one I messed up so far. Definitely hit W first instead of S. Come on. Push him off. Okay, that changed way too quick. I wanted like W, and I wanted you to like tap it, and then I just switched to S.
save me? Please, save me.
He doesn't deserve for us to just kill him like that. But yeah, I was worried about that. I knew that that was gonna happen. Oh. That's probably gonna get us killed though now, in all honesty. But I mean, we spent this whole game trying to stop Blake from doing stupid stuff like that. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. I would have felt bad if I didn't just like let him die there. But then I also would have felt bad if like Jayden died, so.
There was general relief this morning when the police announced that they had found Shaun Mars alive more than 4 days after his disappearance. Mars had been imprisoned in a well by the man known as the Origami Killer. The successful resolution of this case was made possible only by the bravery and tenacity of Norman Jayden, an FBI profiler brought in to help local police. State-of-the-art technology and his own investigator's flair allowed him to track down the killer. Our main headline today: it is reported that the police have identified the man thought to be the Origami Killer. Scott Shelby, 48, is a former police lieutenant who claimed to be a private eye hired by the families of the killer's victims. Shelby was killed during a massive police operation, but further details have not yet been released to the public.
Is this where we're going to live now?
Only if you really, really want to. Or we can keep on looking until we find something you like.
It doesn't matter where we live, as long as we're together.
I will never let anyone or anything separate us again. We're stuck with each other, kiddo. Like glue.
Can I trust what my room is?
Sure thing, champ.
All right, then I think we can stay here.
Journalist Madison Paige was laid to rest in Charity Cross Cemetery today. Her heroic death while investigating the disappearance of Shaun Mars has made a lasting impression on the whole country. Colleagues from the press are united in paying tribute to this courageous journalist who sacrificed her life in the search for truth. I'm Brittany Sanders for ICN.
Okay, Brittany, it's a wrap.
Great. Let's get out of here. All this hokey claptrap's made me hungry.
Yeah, she's not very nice. She died trying to save a kid and you can't even be bothered.
Our guest today is on the cover of today's World magazine this week and has been hailed by the whole nation as a new hero for our times. Astonishingly, he almost single-handedly ended the sinister series of killings by the man known as the Origami Killer and saved the life of young Shaun Mars. His determination, courage, and intelligence have won our admiration. Norman Jayden. Good.
Nice. Decide to give it up. This is weird. This is that huge head stump, and then just the little plaque then down at the bottom. That's kind of weird.
I want to see them again. I'm a father too.
These are cool credits. Okay, so now my thoughts on the game. The controls were definitely unusual, but they were pretty good for mouse and keyboard, especially considering it was originally a PlayStation exclusive. Quantic Dream clearly put a lot of work into making the controls work on PC with keyboard and mouse. It's cool how you can control the animation speed depending on how fast or slow you move the mouse. The one thing that is annoying is the static camera. With walking, when you walk into a room and it changes angles, you sometimes have to change the button to keep walking the same direction. If timed properly, it works fine, but that's the problem. It's hard to time correctly. You usually end up walking all around in every direction except the direction you want to go. Button prompts were a bit annoying when they floated behind a head, but it was a unique way to display them by having them floating around, especially with timed ones. Sometimes this is worse when the prompts are timed though, and it has them behind something or multiple prompts overlapping. It just makes it really hard to read them and make that choice within that short time they give you. So they just weren't always that easy to read. seeing the control prompts in the power station was really hard. Something as simple as just putting the prompts like over his head would have made this so much better. Now it makes sense though why he was trying to pin it on Gordy. It makes so much sense now. The QuickTime events were easier than I thought they would be. I'm not sure if this game just has easy QTEs or I'm just better at them than I thought. I don't know. I definitely thought I would get most of them wrong, but I didn't once I remembered what key to press. Graphics and performance. This game definitely looks dated, but also looks pretty decent when you consider the fact that it is a 12-year-old game. The game unfortunately has a locked frame rate of 60 FPS, which is kind of annoying. The frame rate should be uncapped on PC, but at least they didn't lock it at 30 FPS, which honestly wouldn't have completely surprised me, as this is a console port and 30 FPS isn't completely uncommon for consoles. That being said though, I'm not sure what FPS it does run on consoles, but I would guess it would be 60. Multi-monitor support. This game could have better support for multi-monitors. So I have 2 monitors. The game didn't launch on the monitor I wanted it to, and so the only way to get it to launch on that monitor is to go in and change your monitor settings in Windows. The game could have better graphics settings, like an option to select the monitor that you want the game to run on, or at least allow it to be dragged onto a different window or a different monitor in window mode, and then when you press Alt Enter to get back into full screen, have it stay on that monitor instead of switching back to the original monitor. It's just a bit annoying, but Windows does have an easy fix for this by just allowing you to swap which display you want as your main one. It just feels like this game is more annoying in this regard than others I've played so far, and having a simple setting would eliminate the need for me to remember to swap my monitor settings before playing each time. The game does have a really nice tutorial sequence to get you started and acclimated with the controls and how the game works, which is always nice, especially with all the weird motion controls and everything that this game has. The voice acting, for the most part, was really good, especially Pascal Langdale, the voice actor for Ethan. He did a really good job with his voice acting, especially the moments where he has to show pain. Because of how real it feels, it makes the game feel real. Like when he has to chop off his finger, like it feels like he's actually in pain in those moments because the voice acting is just so good. The story. The game is a very story-driven game, and I love it. I play games for the story, and to be able to kind of kick back a bit and not have a high-stress shooter like Mafia or Far Cry is nice. It was definitely a bold choice, and I mean a very bold choice, to kill Jason to start the game. When Ethan gets arrested, they show them turning off the camera, but then it seems to magically come back on when Jayden goes to help Ethan escape. It's a bit weird and very easy to miss. I didn't even think about turning the camera off. I just happened to notice the action when I walked back past it. It just kind of feels like a little mini plot hole, although not a big deal. But this one I think is a bit bigger. Agent Jayden probably should have gotten a lot more heat for Ethan escaping. I think this was a huge plot hole for me. He told the officer to leave, and then the officer even told him where the handcuff key was, and then Ethan is gone when everyone comes back. Like, how does Jayden just not get suspected? And it just seems kind of like everybody was just cool that he escaped. It felt like with Madison, I couldn't escape. With Norman, I made some mistakes at the scrapyard, but was able to make mostly right decisions to save them. With Madison, it was different. It felt like I made that one wrong decision to take a drink, and there was nothing else I could do. Now, I know this isn't true from reading up on the game, so I'm not sure if this was just a glitch or I did something wrong, but everything seemed to be working how it should in terms of my inputs registering with the required prompts. And then there didn't appear to be any other prompts than the ones that I inputted, but nothing happened. So I don't know, that whole thing is kind of weird. So I initially thought that it was impossible for Scott to kill Manfred because there wasn't a cutaway from Scott, but it did focus on Lauren very briefly, and I mean very briefly, taking our eyes off of Scott. But I'm still calling BS on this because it later shows he hit him over the head with a typewriter. There's no way he would be able to hit him over the head with a typewriter in that small of a space and not have Lauren hear it. Yes, the clocks were going off, but they shouldn't have been that loud. Also, that is incredibly convenient timing. And on the topic of timing, I also question the time it would have taken for him to go back there, grab the typewriter, hit him over the head, grab the records, open the window, call the police, and then get back in place before Lauren looks back up at him. Really, the whole issue is, why does Scott draw unnecessary attention to himself with the envelope and the typewriter in the first place? It was all completely unnecessary. He could have just said it was a dead end. I get playing the private investigator to go back to the victims' families and collect that evidence. That's smart. It makes sense. But he just unnecessarily brings a suspicion to himself with Lauren. I get that it's a game, but I just find the entire Manfred sequence entirely unbelievable. They just could have done a better job making a more believable sequence. Like, have Scott ask to use the bathroom or something, then he sneaks away, kills Manfred, goes back to the bathroom or whatever. Lauren then goes looking for Manfred as he takes too long to come back, finds the body, then freaks out, goes and finds Scott in the bathroom. That to me seems more believable, and I came up with that in less than a minute while writing this out. I think it does cast a bit more suspicion on Scott, but if done correctly, it can mask it. The problem with the first one is it doesn't cast any suspicion because it seems completely unbelievable. Second idea, and again, just came up with this idea. Manfred asks Scott to help him with something, they go into the back, he strangles Manfred, and then knocks himself out, and then Lauren finds him. I love having the option to be able to go back and play from a certain chapter. This is great because if you don't like your choices throughout a chapter, you can just go back and play that chapter over without having to do a whole new game again. It also works really well because it doesn't just allow you to replay a single chapter, but it allows you to seamlessly continue the game from that point that you select. I think this game has so much replayability. There are multiple endings based on your actions, and so you can replay the game to try and experience all of them. The length of this game also makes replaying it so much more easier as it doesn't require a huge time investment. I really only noticed the one for sure glitch, and that was the TV was off, but there was still sound coming out of it from episode 1, where Ethan is with Shaun. And so, like I said, I don't know if the whole Madison thing was a glitch. The whole sequence just feels weird. But I really enjoyed the story. Even with the issues that I mentioned with it, it was still a really good story. I never expected Scott to be the killer. My first suspicion was in the flashback sequence when John called him Scotty, but even then it was only the name. There was nothing else that was like, yeah, he could be the killer. Going back and editing, though, I did notice the typewriter on his desk, which was probably supposed to be another clue. And then along with him being a former cop after Jayden discovers the watch in the video. It was really a huge curveball to me, though, with Scott being the killer. My number one choice would have been Ethan. I thought it had something to do with him blacking out, and they were focusing so much on that it seemed like it had to be important. While it was nice to play a less stressful game, I do feel like I missed the shooting action sequences from games like Mafia and Far Cry. I'm very interested to see the other endings for this game, and not just endings, but other missions that had Madison and Lauren not been killed. This game has just so much replayability to it. I've had this game on my radar for a while, as I had originally gotten it on the PS3, but then never got around to playing it, like so many games. And so I was pretty excited when it came to PC, as it would give me that chance to finally play it. And I'm definitely glad I did, because it was a pretty solid game. It was a bit different for me, though, in terms of games I usually play, but I still really enjoyed it. And I think at the price of only $20 of what it's at on Steam, it's definitely worth it. That's going to do it, though, for this episode and series of Heavy Rain. If you enjoyed it, then leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, so long, everybody.